What is up guys, Jules here. And in today's video I want to show you how to play Scryer. In my eyes, one of the best support DPS we have in the game as of right now. And not only that, you can also deal insane amounts of damage with it while supporting your team. Now I want to share some knowledge with you regarding this class and show you how to play it. So let's dive right in. So let's start off by explaining what is a support DPS. A support DPS is a person that brings in certain types of buffs or skills into a party that boosts his teammates. In the case of the Scryer, this is A, the deadly marker, the Tavent Orb, which you want to use so that the debuff duration of the bosses will increase and your curse or wand uses will deal more damage. And last but not least, the Defensive Guardian Satellite. You want to play this so you can spread the 20% heavy attack damage for the whole party. For this to work, you need to take the skill spec I'm showing you on screen right now. It is not necessary to take the extra 1.5 second, but is highly recommended due to it increasing with the buff duration since it's basic time. In addition to that, so it works, you need to take the top left mastery from the orb tree as well. So let's talk about why is this class so good right now. It is because Eye of Ventius. With the addition of Nyx, we got Skillcores introduced for our armor and accessory, and this is one of them. After you acquired your core, you can just teleport to Herba Village, go to the Mafrion Recombiner here on the map, talk to it, and then put it onto the armor or accessory you want this on. In my case, this is the gloves. So as you can see right now, I don't have my gloves with the Eye of Ventius equipped yet, so it is as of right now the decisive sniping basic skill. But once I equip my gloves, you will see the effect turns into the Eye of Ventius. But that's not all, guys. So as you can see right now, the Eye of Ventius has like a 10-second cooldown. And now this is where it gets interesting. So since the Eye of Ventius does shoot 3 to 6 extra projectiles, and the Lofty-Steelstring bow, we equip it right now, says on critical hit with decisive sniping, cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. This means it basically reduces itself to almost 0 seconds. I'll show you here. Now look at the green arrow that is flying. Every time this flies, the cooldown goes virtually to 0. And is up again. But even that is not all, guys. As you can see in the skill description, it says damage 3 to 6 times. At first I thought this might be random, but it is not. If you stay 11 meters or 8 meters towards your target, you will, for some reason, always hit 7 times. Some of you might ask now, Jules, you now talked so much about the bow, what about the orb? And let me show you guys. For the orb, you want the Tavent Orb, simply because the strongest classes in the game, as of right now, besides Crucifix, they use a wand. And you can support them if you use the Tavent Orb. Simply because you will increase the debuff duration that the boss can have. Meaning every curse or every dot effect that is a debuff will take longer and will amplify their curse explosion, making it much, much stronger. Now that we have talked so much about the weapons you're gonna take, you're probably asking yourself, Jules, what skills should I pick? And let me explain you why I have which skill in my hotbar. So first of all, let's start off by the Amplification Veil. I picked the Amplification Veil simply because it is one of the best damage buffs you can take. Then, as already said in the introduction, you want to play the Summon Gardening Satellite, so you can spread the heavy attack to all your party members. For the Tavent Orb to work, you need to play either Star Destroyer or Supernova Collapse. I highly recommend you to play both, because otherwise it is almost impossible, if you don't have the potential ability of the Supernova Collapse, to hold the Tavent effect onto your target the whole time. So for the Supernova Collapse to even trigger, you need to put down orbs, which is simple for every orb class. That's why we have Star Calling. And to rearrange the orbs, we play Milky Way. To finish our Orb kit off, we play with Stellar Dash and Void Slash, simply because those two skills are one of the best damage skills in the Orb kit. So what about the bow skills? As you can see, I only play with 4 bow skills right now, and that's simply because you only need the Deadly Mark for your team. You want to put Nature's Blessing to give your whole team mana regen and yourself cooldown. Let me show you real quick, because the Whirlpool node, if you're in Whirlpool, you get 10% extra cooldown, and you don't care about the healing you decrease by 8%. And then, last but not least, we have Ensnaring Arrow and Eye of Ventius. We want to play Ensnaring Arrow because of the steady aim passive, which every time we bound or press a target, on bosses or pressing, we will increase our critical damage by 20.9%. For the other passives, we want to take Begin the Hunt, the new passive. Every time we attack an enemy with a deadly marker, our party members will gain a base damage boost of 3.08% in my case, which is a huge buff to all your teammates, and you're gonna help them a lot to deal more damage. For the other two bow skills, I pick Rapid Fire Stance for the extra attack speed and Sniper Sense because the further I am away from the target, the more crit and critical damage I get. Keep in mind, you want to stay 11 meters or 8 meters to get the maximum proc from Eye of Ventius. Also, to get all the buffs from your team, for example, the Blood Devotion from your tank. For the Orb passives, we pick Stellar Echo, Rift Fracture, Pulsating Galaxy, and Astral Overseer. Let me show you. We want Pulsating Galaxy because not only does it increase our magic damage by 2%, it also gives us 10% extra attack speed when we reach the maximum number of stacks, which makes it a highly valuable passive, so you can cast all your skills much faster. For the other important nodes, we have the Seer on the top left and the Light of Annihilation. Every time we use up an orb, our critical damage for the next active skill is amplified by 14%, and it stacks up to 3 times, which is a huge buff for the Supernova Collapse. The rest of the masteries do look like this. Now let's head over to the longbow. As already mentioned earlier, we play with the Whirlpool cooldown, 10%. You cannot get this away. It is very good. And for the other, we play Farsight because we increase our magic melee and critical hit by 20% if the target is at least 6 meters away. Where we come to our next point, you always want to stay between 6 and 11 meters. As mentioned earlier, I prefer to either stay at 8 meters or 11 meters because of the Ventius. For the other bow skills, I play with Blessing of Wisdom, so I can get even more cooldown speed because my wisdom and the wisdom of this build is higher than 80. In addition to that, we play Archer's Surge because our survival skills now give us base damage. And for the final ones, we play Lethal Stacks. Rhythmical Shooting is probably your strongest mastery in here because you simply increase your own main weapon damage by 60 because it's 12 and it stacks up to 5 times. For the passives, I'm currently using Piercing Star, Potential, Falling Flower, and Battle Prep. I'm currently testing out the Piercing Spear. Beforehand, I had the Destruction Spear in. I still can't tell you which one is better, but I will inform you in the comments once I've tested it. For the trials, I like to take Survival Enhancement instead of the Falling Flower, Shielded by Unity instead of the Piercing Spear or the Destruction Spear, because it gives you much more survivability. If you have really short boss fights, you can also consider taking Guardian's Awakening. For our skill specializations, we want to play with the Whirlpool effect on Nature's Blessing and with the charging time reduction on Eye of Ventius while under the Whirlpool effect. Besides that, we take the maximum damage we can get out of the Eye of Ventius and the mobility, because what you don't want is that you cancel your spell all of a sudden because you have to move during a certain mech on a boss fight. For the orbs, The thing that is really important is that you take both spec points here on the Summon Gardening satellite. Besides that, there's not really much you need to do, but this is how I play, and this is how for myself I figured out it worked best. Let me quickly show you my rune setup. This is what I currently go for. I try to balance magic heavy attack chance and range heavy attack chance, and range crit and magic crit as good as possible. And for the yellow nodes, I always pick mana cost efficiency, because as said in the introduction, you're really mana cost heavy class. For the new armor runes, I try to always pick type and switch it before the boss, and that's about it, nothing special. So how does the rotation look on this class? You start off by placing your 3 orbs somewhere next to the target, then you use Nature's Blessing into Summon Gardening Satellite. Remember, you want to tap this twice, so you apply the Summon Gardening Satellite effect from the heavy to all your teammates in range. Then you use your Amplification Veil, channel your Star Destroyer. Right before the Star Destroyer hits the target, you want to use Deadly Marker into Ensnaring Arrow into Eye of Ventius, then use Void Slash, use Eye of Ventius another time. During the downtime, you use Milky Way and Stellar Dash, cast Supernova Collapse, use your Eye of Ventius again, and then you just press whatever is up next. I'll show you. Remember that you want to stay like 11 or 8 meters to the targets so that you get the maximum amount of procs from the Eye of Ventius. So as you guys saw, this is about the damage that you can do as a Scryer onto the dummy. I know dummy is not like a good measurement to measure DPS, but onto the bosses, I'll show you some examples here. You can constantly get like rank 5 to rank 2. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video for my Scryer guide. Thank you guys for watching the whole video. It would be super kind of you if you could leave a like or a comment down below. It would really help me. You can also give me your feedback in the comments. Feel free if you have any questions to ask me, no matter what. I will link my Questlogg down in the description for you guys, so there you can see what build I'm going for Nyx. There's a folder in it, I'll link it to you. And yeah, thank you very much and see you next time. Bye bye.